everybody, welcome back to our channel. This is a vlogging channel with Brad, my husband, and I, and we are vlogging and documenting our journey through IVF, pregnancy, and life in general. So it's a really fun thing for us to do, and we love sharing it with you guys. If you want to follow us as we go throughout this pregnancy and when the babies arrive, then hit that subscribe button below, and I hope you enjoy it. Today it's going to be my 17 and 18 week pregnancy update, and I'm really excited to share it with you. I have a lot of fun things to talk about today, starting with what's going on with the babies and their development and some of my symptoms, and then I'm going to talk about a few random things like the nursery names, and then I have a special guest that's going to join me, and lastly I'll do my bump update where I'll show you guys the progress that I've made with my baby bump. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, the babies are about 6.5 inches long, each of them, so they compare them to the size of a sweet potato. It's amazing that there's 2 sweet potatoes in here. And they also are learning how to hiccup and yawn, and my app promises me that soon I should be able to feel them moving around, kicking. They're becoming a lot more active and able to move their arms and legs, so I should be able to start feeling them pretty soon. I don't think I have yet. I've had a few moments where I thought maybe I was feeling something, but it hasn't been regular at all. So I feel like when they start moving and I start noticing what I'm feeling for, I should feel them more regularly. So I'm still waiting for that. I'll be 19 weeks in 2 days, so I hear it should be any week now. As far as symptoms go, it's pretty much all of the same stuff. As far as nausea goes, much better. I'll have randomly a day where I have bouts of nausea, and it's not near as bad. It's not to the point where I'm actually throwing up or feeling like I'm about to throw up. It's more just like a general queasiness, kind of like it was at the beginning. So that's much better. I'm still taking diclegis, and I'm afraid to go off of it just because I still do have random bouts. I have these veins that are showing up on the sides of my stomach. I showed Brad the other day, and he was like, yeah, those definitely were not there before. So I'll show you those when I do my bump update. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera, but I guess that's a normal thing too because of blood supply increasing to this whole general region. I'm getting fuller a lot quicker and not hungry as often, which is weird. I would think I would be starving more, but like when I eat a smaller amount and I'm full, and I think it's just because there's less room. So that's kind of weird. I'm just trying to eat small things throughout the day so I can get enough calories in. The right side, right under my ribs, has been hurting a lot lately. And I can't tell if it's like just under my ribs or if it's my ribs themselves, but I get this like aching, like really uncomfortable feeling right in that region a lot. And it's like the more active I am, the more it hurts. So just like laying on the couch helps make it go away, but I'm not really sure what that is. I think I'm gonna ask my doctor at my next visit. I know, like, I Googled it, and one of the most common things that came up was that your ribs have to expand a lot for the babies. So they end up hurting like in the 3rd trimester. And I don't know if it's that. It's weird that it's only the right side, and it feels like it's under the rib. So I'm not really sure. I'll ask my doctor about that. I think I had my first contraction the other night. I don't know what a contraction feels like, and I was not prepared for it at all. It was like later in the evening. It was a day I had been more active, and it just felt like someone took their hands and pushed on my stomach like this, and it lasted for probably 2 minutes and then like gradually went away. But for like those 2 minutes, it was like pretty intense pressure pushing in from the sides, like on either side of my stomach, and you could feel that like it was really hard and firm. So I'm guessing that was like a Braxton Hicks or a contraction, and so I immediately started like educating myself on all of the signs and symptoms of preterm labor and what I need to be looking out for, what's going to be a red flag versus what's kind of normal at this stage, and I'm fully aware of what I need to be looking out for. So it was ironic that that was the chapter I was on in my book that I'm reading on twin pregnancies. So I ended up reading that whole chapter that night, and I'm good to go. The same thing has been happening with food aversions. I think I'm able to eat more of a variety now, but I'm just dying to eat like green vegetables and salmon and things that I know are going to be really good and healthy for me, and I still can't do it. And the cravings are pretty much the same too. Frosting, cupcakes, cake, ice cream. I'm really excited about our trip back to Missouri next month, and one of the main reasons is because my favorite ice cream shop is local at the lake where we're going, and I can't wait to get my go-to ice cream. It's actually frozen custard, which I'm not a big fan of, but this one in particular that's like all I've wanted. So I can't wait to go home and fulfill that craving, maybe more than once. And then as far as working out goes, I have really not been doing much, and part of it's because I haven't really felt like working out, but lately I've been feeling better, I've had more energy, and the things that I've been choosing to do for working out are like very mild body weight exercises. And I have this plan I've incorporated where every time I go to the bathroom, which is all the time, it's probably 2 or 3 times an hour, I'll pick one exercise and do it before I leave the bathroom. One of my exercises is 50 squats, just air squats, or like plie squats. So I'll do that, or I'll do like 25 wall push-ups, or 50 calf raises, or these oblique things. I don't really want to work my abs because I'm afraid of that separation of my abdominal wall, but I do these like side oblique things where it's hard to explain, but I pick one thing and I do that every time I go to the bathroom. And I think my goal is just to maintain strength and like muscle tone underneath this layer of fat my body is putting on my body, which I guess is going to be used for breast milk later. So I just kind of want to stay strong and toned underneath all of this so that it's not going to be so far-fetched later on to come back after my pregnancy and you know, get back in shape. And the thing I'm trying to avoid is burning too many calories during my workout sessions, because I'm working so hard to get enough calories during the day that I'm gaining weight appropriately, that I don't want to like undo all of that by working out to the point where I'm actually like burning calories. The last symptom that I've noticed, and I just saw a meme today that like perfectly demonstrates this, and I just realized it when I saw this meme, because I'm normally a morning person. I'm normally like, you know, bright-eyed and ready to go in the mornings. One thing pregnancy has done to me is made me absolutely exhausted in the mornings. I find it really hard to wake up. I'm just like drawn out of this really deep sleep, and I can't get myself together. Brad leaves for work like an hour before I do, and that extra hour of sleep that I get, I'm just like, it's like heaven. And then when my alarm goes off, I can't even explain the dread. So pregnancy has made me not a morning person. I'll try to link that meme in here because it's hilarious. So I went from a morning person to a not morning person. Sorry if the angle and lighting just changed. Our camera died. I had to run it downstairs and charge the battery, but we're back. Okay, just a couple of more symptoms that I've noticed that I wanted to touch on. One is very strange. Like when I'm laying in bed at night is when I can tell that I have a bump the most. It's like at the end of the day, I guess, when my tummy's full of food. I don't know. But when I'm laying in bed, the right side of my tummy is way higher than the left. And it's really strange. It's very noticeable. It's really hard to photograph. I've tried to like take a picture of it, and I've tried to have Brad look at it too, but like from the angle he's at, he can't see it as well. But I made him look over my shoulder at it, and he agreed that the right side is way higher than the left. So I think that's another thing I'm gonna ask them at my doctor's appointment. Every time they've done the ultrasound, they've like put it on baby A down and to the right, and then baby B really close to the middle. So I'm wondering if maybe they're both just kind of towards the right side, and that's why it's like humped up there, and if that will even out, I don't know, but it's really strange. So lastly, my hair has been growing like crazy, and I know that's normal with pregnancy, but like I chopped my hair off pretty much right before we started IVF. And then I regretted it, and I was doing everything I could to get my hair to grow back faster. And one thing I did was at the end of washing it, I would run cold water over it. I guess that like closes your hair shaft and helps it not break. I'm not really sure, but I was doing that. The second thing I did every single time I wash my hair, actually it's every single day or anytime I use heat, is put Moroccan oil on the ends of it. This is the product that like my hairstylist uses like every time she blows out my hair, and it smells so good. So I'm like, what are you using? She told me about this and also explained that it's like really good for your hair and helps like if you have naturally dry skin, dry hair. But you just put it on the ends, and I put like 2 pumps of that on the ends of my hair every time I get out of the shower or when I use heat. And those two things combined with pregnancy have made my hair grow really fast. I was gonna buy this from my hairstylist, but I found it on Amazon for a lot cheaper, and she said, buy it, that's definitely a good deal. So I'll put a link below in case you're interested in that. I think it's really made a difference. One thing I'm really struggling with is boy names. So I think we have our girl name set, both first and middle name, but boy names are just like not working. I'll love one and then like Brad won't like it. And there's actually been only 2 or 3 that I've loved. So we're really struggling with boy names. I'm gonna send it to you guys to try to leave a comment below if you have like a great boy name that you love. And we're gonna just, I don't know, we're gonna try to get a boy name going because it's depressing that we can't agree on anything. On the name subject, we are not gonna be sharing the names publicly with anybody until the babies are born. And it's just because we don't wanna get that negative feedback that you always get when you share what your name choices are. We don't wanna deal with it. Once the babies are named what they're named and there's no going back, then we'll tell everybody, and if you have a negative opinion and you wanna share it, go ahead. That's what makes the world go around, I guess. We just don't want to hear it in the meantime to make us kind of waver on a decision that was so difficult for us to make. And we don't want to hear negative feedback on a name that we love so much that we're actually naming our children that name. So anyway, that's kind of where we're coming from with that. I'm also struggling to get the visitor schedule figured out. Like, I'm figuring out who wants to come when the babies are born, when they're planning on coming, how we're going to do all that. We're not gonna have room to house anybody here, and literally all of our family and friends are out of town. So it's just gonna be a little bit of a fiasco. If you have out of town family and friends and you had to work like a visitor schedule, let me know what your strategy was, because I don't wanna hurt feelings, and it's just been, I don't know, a little bit stressful trying to figure all that out. It's my surprise guest.
It's me. Hopefully you know me.
Yeah.
If not, I'm Brad, her husband. The future father.
I wonder how many of you guessed that Brad was going to be the special guest.
And I wonder how many were disappointed.
Oh, nobody. Okay.
What do you got?
So I wanted to invite Brad. What were you going to say?
We haven't gone over these questions. This is going to be off the cuff.
I wanted to bring him into the vlog to get his input on what pregnancy has been like so far for him. So I have a few questions for him, and I'm curious. I haven't asked him these before. I'm curious to see what he has to say. Honey.
Yes.
What has changed the most between us since me being pregnant?
What's changed the most between us? You went from super active, always running around, always working out, always on the go, always on your feet, to a total couch potato. It's been great. Now I don't feel like such a lazy bum.
We've gone through several like Netflix series just in the 19 weeks of pregnancy so far.
It's been awesome.
Yeah. I'm glad you're a couch potato with me. It would be really boring, and it would make me feel bad if you were like out.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Luckily, Ozark came out. We just got a Game of Thrones.
We watched Ozark. We watched How to Get Away with Murder in its entirety. We're on season 2 of Game of Thrones after like 3 days.
Yeah, we're binging hard.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I have more on my list. Okay. What has been the hardest part of pregnancy from your perspective? And this can either be for you or for me.
I guess just having you, even though you haven't really suffered, but having you with like an upset stomach, morning sickness, nausea, heartburn. But I mean, it really hasn't been that bad. So, I mean, for me.
Yeah. I was just telling him that today I had every symptom that's on a Pepto-Bismol bottle, if you know the jingle. Now everybody's gonna be singing the jingle.
Stomach, diarrhea,
nausea, heartburn,
indigestion.
Every one of those. What has been the best part of pregnancy from your perspective?
The best part has been late night ice cream runs, even though we did that before, but we do it more often now.
Yeah, I went from like once every other week to 1 to 2 times a week.
Right. Watching your belly grow, it's really fun.
Oh.
And vlogging.
Yeah, I guess that's new.
Yeah, we just started vlogging.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that's been really fun.
Right.
Okay, what has been the hardest decision we have had to make regarding our kids?
Their names, I think.
Exactly, that's exactly what I was thinking. Well, then I was like, we haven't made that many decisions.
Right.
But we have, like, whether or not we would do the nursery here. And
well, even before not before conception, but even before the transfer, we had to decide if we were going to transfer 1 or 2. That was a really hard choice.
That's true. Yeah, that was
well, actually, once we learned the results of our slowed embryo growth, it was a pretty easy choice from there. We knew we wanted to do 2.
Yeah, but we also asked our family, and it was a unanimous, everybody thought we should do 2, hoping for twins.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming up with a boy name, I think, is going to be one of the most difficult things.
Yeah. How have our lives changed since I've been pregnant?
Other than the things I've already mentioned, we haven't drank at all since, before the embryo transfer.
Yeah, I say we now, because Brad got me into it too, but like really big craft beer fans. So we really like going to like unique mom and pop breweries and trying out different types of beer, and that's been not happening, obviously.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I was a home brewer, so I literally brewed my own beer and haven't had a sip, and I'm not going to probably till well after the kids are born.
Yeah, we won't have much time afterwards, but
and I'm surprised at how much it hasn't bothered me whatsoever. Like, I haven't missed it at all.
No.
And it's incredible how much money we're saving when we go out to restaurants.
Yeah, when you go out to dinner and you don't have a drink,
it's
with
literally
dinner,
half price to go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little perk.
But it was really sweet. He decided on his own to not drink throughout the pregnancy, and it's made me feel, there's been a few times where like we were around family and everybody was drinking except for Brad and I. And like I don't know how I would have felt if like Brad was drinking with all of them. I don't know if it would have bothered me or not, but it's nice having like another person that's sober to hang out with in those situations. So I think it's really sweet.
My pleasure.
Oh. Well, that's it for our special guest. I forgot to mention I also have a few items of clothing to try on. This is one of them. It's from Pink Blush, and I'll just go ahead and show it to you now. I love this top. I wore it to work today.
It matches our room.
It does match our room.
Decor.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
So I wore it to work today with some leggings, and it's like a longer, you can kind of see, it's a little bit longer, so you can wear it with leggings, and I'm not showing
you
very
don't really
much
look
in it.
pregnant in that one.
No, I don't know, no, not really. So, but it's really soft, and I like the lace on the top.
Yeah,
but I have
cute.
2 more things I'm gonna show you that I love.
Fun.
So item number 2 from Pink Blush is this really cute fall dress. I love the detail on the sleeves, and it's very comfortable. It's gonna be a while before I can wear this in South Carolina. It's just too hot for too long. Probably like November I'll be able to safely wear it. But I got these boots, these little booties to go with it, because in South Carolina, like knee-high boot season is very short. So I might be able to get away with this a little bit sooner with an ankle boot than I could. But later on, I think I'll wear it with like a knee boot. And it has this in the back too, which I think is really cute. And I also think it'll work like as not a maternity dress too. It's flowy enough that I think I'll be able to wear it I almost said postmortem. Postpartum? Postpartum? That sounds right. Postmortem. Okay, next. I'm not sure what it's tucked into. Last but not least, the maxi dress. This one I've selected, I think, for my baby shower, and I think it's just very sweet. I like the length of it, and I can wear it with a really high wedge to make it like perfect length. If I didn't have a high wedge on, I would have to hem it, but I think it's very flattering. I like that this ties above the belly. And do you have a belly?
A little bit.
Can you see it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, hopefully my shower's in 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, so hopefully I'm convincingly pregnant then. Otherwise, my mom and I have decided we're gonna stuff my belly with tissues and make it like really big. So this one I think is my favorite of the 3 I got, which is why I think I'll wear it to my shower. But they have this floor length dress with the tie and tons of different prints. So I'll probably get another one in a different print. And again, I think this can be worn post-mortem. Postpartum. That dress number 2, if you follow us on Instagram, that dress I posted the other day when I first got it in. And if you like seeing updates from us in between our vlogs, then follow us on Instagram because we post almost every day on there. So if you want to see what's going on before our next vlog, you can follow us on there. I couldn't wait for this part because I knew it would mean I would be in my PJs. The final stop on the 17 and 18 week update is my bump update. I think these shirts with the scrunchie on the side make it more bumpy. Does it look bumpy?
I think a regular old t-shirt makes it look more bumpy.
Hopefully YouTube doesn't flag this video since my pregnant belly's showing.
It was just a thumbnail.
Oh, okay. Can you see it?
Yeah, definitely. It's getting bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Should we do the you lay down and I go over your head to see if...
Oh, if the right side's bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see it?
Can you put your head all the way down? Yeah, you can definitely tell that it's sloped, that the right side's bigger.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I doubt it. I'm sure it's perfectly normal.
Yeah, I'm sure it is too. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up so I know to do more videos like this, and then it'll recommend it to people who might enjoy it as well. If you want to follow us on our journey, hit the subscribe button below. We also do lifestyle vlogs. Brad is usually in them more, so they're entertaining. More so than just me talking to you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Boy names too, because we're really struggling. And we'll see you next time. Bye!